say welcome to NSG News, News with Integrity. This is the moment we've all been waiting for here in Ghana. Today Ghana goes to the pool, and as you know, the tension has been so tight that we're looking forward to a very beautiful elections. But here in the studios, we are also going to have our fair share of what is going to happen on the field today. And this is Election Focus here on NSG. The name is Manake, and I have my co-host here with me. In fact, a senior colleague when it comes to the media sector. You can never write him off. Politically, he's really inclined. And then I have a wonderful sister here too with me. In the person of Mr. Kofi Asante Mensah Otuo. That's the name. He is an astute journalist and also the president for United Press for Development Network. He is going to be with us today whilst we give you up to speed what is happening on the field. And then we have here with us too our beautiful sister, Jennifer Gagnon. I call her Na Ache. She's also going to help us whilst we give you what you deserve to know. So keep logged on to NSG News on Facebook, on YouTube, NSG News TV, and you can also follow us on all our social media handles whilst we feed you with the information. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Today is 7th December. We have been waiting for this moment. You can attest to the fact that you and I personally has even been to the field, trying to see how this very day will come by. What would be your general view from, let's say that time to today, looking at December 7th?
All right, so very good morning to you, wherever you're watching us from. Thank you for joining us. And I must say, it's a delightful experience to wait patiently for another 4 years to come to make another decision. Of course, it's a bold decision we are all making. Not bold as in the solution professed by Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I'm not speaking about that boldness, all right? I'm talking about the general boldness as in the word boldness. So it's good and delightful experience. I've monitored elections, and like you said, and this one is quite unique, right? And in Ghana, every 8 years, things happens to change because since 1992, if you count 8 years from 92, every 8 years, the ruling party will go into opposition and the opposition party will come into governance. Okay, so we are looking forward for that to happen because of the history we have. Nonetheless, we have people like Alan Tremantin and Cheddar, absolutely, the New Force, and a couple of others who are also pushing very hard to break the history or the trend, the norm. Okay, so we are looking forward to it. It's a good feeling. The weather is quite cloudy here in Accra where we are, but I'm sure by the close of polls, we know the Electoral Commission has designated some 800 people for every polling station. Previously, it goes over 1,000. The reason why sometimes the voting goes deep into the night. But this time around, every polling, some polling have even 400 because they have divided the 800 into two. So we have polling station A, polling station B, so that voting can go on expeditiously and things can be fast. Sometimes by 12 midday or 13 hours GMT or at most 15 hours GMT, 3 p.m. I'm sure we will be done with most of the polling stations. We will be done with voting. It won't reach 5 p.m., which is 17 hours GMT. I'm sure many people will. So it's a good experience, and we are looking forward to. By midday today, at least we will know how many people would be elected by way of parliamentary. This election is a general election where we are having presidential and parliamentary. So by midnight, today we will know who has won majority of seats in parliament and who is in the minority. But presidential, I'm sure by 72 or so hours, by Monday or Sunday, Monday, today is Saturday, so by tomorrow or Monday, we'll know whether both solutions or 24-hour economy
Very necessary.
or the sea to Kumasi.
That's right. Wow, that's a good one. That's a good one. Jennifer,
Yes.
what are your expectations so far as 7th December 2024 is concerned?
Okay. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. First of all, let me thank our viewers for watching us, and also it's a privilege to be here with you. Okay. My view on this whole thing is I'm just telling my colleagues out there to just go in for a genuine vote and also avoid any problem to bring in any, let's say, fight.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, just avoid it. After finish voting, go home, find something and eat, sleep till the time is due. You come out in your numbers just to witness, because they say see is believing. You understand? So that's the first thing first I will tell my colleagues out there. We will stand for Ghana. Whether party A, party B, we are all in Ghana, so we stand for Mother Ghana. If be Mother Ghana is a woman, we know, okay, so my view on this whole thing is whether party A or party B or whatsoever, it being you are coming to be a president for Ghana, we are looking at these things from you. In Punsujumano, especially the youths that are home. So whilst we are voting for you now, I'm sure they too are out there with their peoples, or if not them themselves, they've sent people out there to check up whatsoever that is going on. So therefore, you can see the youth are many.
So those elections is
yes.
let's say a youth-centered
Yes.
elections. Okay.
Most of them too are home, not working. They are looking for a job here and there, but to no avail. So it being the person is coming to vote for you to become the president of Ghana, our motherland Ghana, just for that, you should know that you also have to bring in a good effort for the country, so the youth can also benefit from it. They won't be like, I voted because of this or that you said, and later you turn things around. You make this, excuse my language, being food or something, being food or something. You understand? So I'm begging all the presidential candidates to notice all these things that we are doing today. People leaving their jobs and all that just to come out and vote is because of the love they are showing Ghana. That is the reason why they voted for you to come and be the president. I don't know who is going to be, whether, as my brother said, city to how they call it, Potukumasi, or better still, digitalization or 24 hours. We don't know, but we wish them all the best.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'm reminding our viewers that we'll also be picking feed from the field. Our reporters and correspondents will also join us with up to speed what is really going on the field. And like I said earlier on, Mr. Asante, when it comes to the political field, is really an experienced person. So he will be really helping us, dive into most of the things that we expect to, see or hear today on NSG News. So I don't know, I'm still with production if they're ready with any of our correspondents, they can let us know. But Mr. Asante,
Yes.
do you see any runoff so far as this election is concerned? Because if you look at the names that, I know we have 12 candidates, right? But with this 12, the first 4, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, former President John Mahama, Mr. Alan Martin, and then Nana Kwame Diako. With these people, pulling the strings, to make sure that they all end up getting the mantle. Do you foresee any runoff?
I must be quite objective with you. I don't see it because all the polls we have had, local and international, does not project such. I think it's one gentleman, I've forgotten his name, Professor, he works with Kane University or so. I think within some few weeks back, issued a poll and said there would be a runoff. Nonetheless, all they are still incredible. If you ask me, institutions we are seeing and reading from them have never projected any runoff. Myself, I haven't been on this field. Some of them are in Europe or they are somewhere else, but they do push with some alliances with some local organizations. I am a Ghanaian journalist. I've practiced for years. I go on the ground. I listen around, and I know what it is people are saying. I am telling you for a fact, it is not an election that will go into a runoff, Nana.
But so would that come as a surprise to you? Should?
Not really, because this is not 4 years of a party or a president. This is 8 years of a party.
Yes.
So you can imagine the trend and the history doesn't suggest so. Yes, we will do the trend analysis for you to understand what we are saying, because the 8 years trend analysis doesn't support it so much. Yes, because the fact is that after every 8 years you would go, somebody else will come. We are here to see an otherwise of such a trend or such a history. And that is what we are waiting for the New Patriotic Party to break that 8 for us to see. If it doesn't go their way, then history will be repeated.
So, when I know we've all had a chance to see both parties' manifestos here and there. The NPP, as they keep saying, breaking the 8. And from the look of things, they are very eager with the president commissioning, last minute commissioning. I saw a post, 48 hours, 72 commissioning or something. I was like, really amazing. Do you think with all this, and then with the NDC coming to say, hey, listen, 4 years of NDC and Mahama, this is what we did. Compared to that of your 8 years, it has nothing in common. It means we did far better than. So everybody's trying to, showcase something here.
Yeah, you are very right, Nana. You talk about the manifesto. You see, in the election, we usually say RSM. Okay. So the RSM, the R stands for resources. Resources. It can be human resources, material resources. Okay. This S stands for your strategy and systems you put in place. Okay. And this M stands for your message or manifesto. Okay. So in political science, this RSM works so much, and in politics it works so much. So the resources, whether human or material, the strategy and system you are putting in place, and also the manifesto, the message you are putting across, would work for you if you're able to set it well. Now, talk about the message or the manifesto. The NPP says at the back of their manifesto, selfless leadership, bold solutions for jobs and business. Now, Bawumia's name has been christened business. You know that. Bawumia means business. And wonderfully, listen to what the opposition NDC's manifesto team is also captured at the back of their manifesto. Their message, which is the M part, resetting Ghana. jobs, accountability, prosperity. So one common thing is that there is job in both of them.
That's right.
So it simply means in this 30 years, I mean since 92 or so of ruling Ghana with its fourth republic or this democratic 1992 constitutional rule, none of these two political parties have been able to satisfy Ghanaians with jobs because they are still campaigning and telling us in their message that they will give us jobs. Okay, we know that after COVID, so many things have happened, not only in Ghana, even in the UK and the US. So many things have happened with respect to employment and job. We are media people. Sometimes we organize events. You write proposals for sponsorship. They tell you we have put embargo on.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's right.
And in media, television and radio, people are not coming to advertise because after COVID, there's not been that inflow. There's no money. So they are promising us jobs. After 8 years, if you have done NAPCO, if you remember NAPCO, if after 8 years you have done youth employment and you have done so many things and you believe the numbers they are giving us, Baumia says over 2 million employments have been given to the youth. That's the point. You remember food for jobs. You remember that? So if we've really planted and given every district a factory and we have given jobs to the people, it should reflect. You shouldn't be promising us jobs this time around. Okay? So if one district, one factory has worked and agriculture or farming for food and jobs, I've forgotten how they christened it, right? And yes, food and jobs and so. And if one village, one dam, which will help farming, has also worked, we shouldn't be talking about jobs. Okay? For me, what I hear on the ground, and I'll be very blunt with it, I'll be very plain with it. People are seriously not happy with this, the incumbent or the ruling party's rule for the past 8 years. People are so, and I'll tell you one thing. Yesterday I was glancing through what the Ghana Statistical Service came up with. I think there are 2021, they call it Poverty Severity Report.
Wow, okay.
I'm telling you, if you compare the past 8 years, sweetheart, if you compare the past 8 years, poverty in Accra, here in Accra, it has deepened, like it has increased. I can show you the numbers. I have them here. I'm telling you, poverty in Accra and other parts of the country have worsened. And this is not me orchestrating or saying it. This is from the Ghana Statistical Service. Their report. Go check online. I'm talking about their 2021 report. So, since 2021, who has been president? Of course, it's been 2016. So, if you look at 2021 report, just 2-3 years into 2024, and fuel is still on the high side. Okay, cost of living is still on the high side. It means from even 2021, our life is even worse off. Okay, so people are going to, like Kufo said, share sitting emu. People are going to share their sitting emu. No, they are to abapa.
But you see, some people, like our dear sister here said, still believe, especially, let me emphasize on the youth, because in this dispensation, we are talking about the youth the most. Most of some youth also believe that the incumbent party has done enough that it deserves to break the 8. But you rightly said, you and I are all in this country and we know what is really going on. With a politician, they come up with their figures. I have done this, I have done that, I have done that. Agenda 111. I remember I did a report on that from Brekum. And the land has been acquired with this roofing fencing and has been left in the bush. I was in Boku. I reported and saying some other places, yet they were telling Ghanaians we are on Agenda 111. Do you think the Ghanaian youth is not really researching, not following the system enough for them to, like you already said, share their system and then to tour the upper.
One funny thing, I spoke with what can I call a 40-year-old person? I say youth, maybe in Ghana.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say, great. Maybe in Ghana we can say that, but I know in the UK and a couple of other places it's just between.
I think before you come to that, we have a reporter from Pram to give us up to speed what is happening on the ground. So, production, if you're ready, kindly let us have him on. Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, my brother from Pram, can you tell us what is currently happening? Where are you? Which constituency and which police station and what is really going on there right now? Can you tell us?
Here in Pram is very cool, and I'm at Amiam, currently in Amiam, Health Post electoral area, Health Post polling station. And this is where Honorable Sam George himself has been casting his vote. So we came here, we saw everything is moving well. I was speaking to some of the officers too. They are having a peaceful election around this area, and I can say they're having the best. Yeah.
With the turnout, how is it going from morning to this very how is the turnout going?
Okay, so I have the PO here. He is very, very happy, and then he would like to talk to us. So I would like us to get more information from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let me talk to him.
It's a PO. Yeah, so he will be with us shortly.
Okay. So before he comes on, have you encountered any misfortunes, be it electoral issues? As the electoral commissions be able to tell you, so we've experienced some technical challenges yet or not? Is everything moving smoothly?
Say, I've been roaming from Pram to this side, so I got here about 30 minutes ago. But then I have the PO here, so he can say more about this. Okay, Mr. PO, welcome to Energy News.
Thank you.
Yeah, so please, did you encounter any misfortune concerning the election?
Oh, of course not. I've never encountered it. You're right. The course of the election. Not yet.
Oh, okay. So according to
Can
him,
you
there is
let
nothing
him speak out a bit for us?
You want to speak loud?
All right. All right. So since I started in the morning, I've never come across any misfortune, any chaos. It's okay. It's from the beginning of the election. Just that our BPDs were not all that working in the morning. But since our returning officer came, everything was going on now. But now it's okay. Yeah. I am somewhat lucky.
So,
Okay, thank you very
does
much.
it mean you
Okay.
encountered some technical challenges earlier?
Please come again.
I'm asking, you said you encountered some technical challenges earlier.
Yeah, it's asking if you encountered some personal challenges individually.
Oh, for personal, not really. I've
I'm
never
talking of
encountered any
technical
challenges.
aspects.
Yeah, with the technical aspect have to do with the PVDs. When we started in the morning, it was not responding. This was a result as fading of the thumbprint, the line. There was a problem there, so it was not corresponding. So it have to take other pictures by video, taking capturing the person personally. So those were the challenges we were facing in the morning. But as for now, everything is going on well.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And what about the turnout? Are people coming out to vote?
Please come again.
I want to know from the turnout, are the people coming out to vote?
Yeah, are the people coming out to vote?
Oh yes. For now, they are coming out. For now, I've almost recorded more than 100, and I'm expecting 650 voters to attend.
Okay.
So for now, I'm almost getting to 200, I'll say probably. So for now, the attendance is very okay. And now for these police stations, yet are yet to come, more are yet to come. And
Oh,
then, so
okay.
let me see, by two going, lots of people will be coming. So for now, I say everything is okay. And then this is the polling agent where the MP2 will be voting. So
Okay.
I think for now everything is under control.
Wow, that's a good one.
The
That's a
name
good
of
one.
the MP is yeah
Yeah, go on, go on. You're talking. Go on.
yeah. The name of the MP is Honorable Samuel Nathan George. He is the
Okay.
sitting MP of the constituency. So for now he will be coming here. He came earlier in the morning, but he went back. But he will be coming to vote within the course of the day.
Okay. Okay. All right. So then, when he comes, we will come back to you and then continue with the communication.
Please, we can't hear. The voice from the MCR is coming.
Okay. So I'm saying that we will come back again when
Okay.
Honorable Sam George comes to cast his vote and then also ascertain what is happening on the ground.
Okay, sure. We will come back again. Honorable Sam George is here.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very
All
much.
right. Thank you
Yeah,
very
so
much.
I'll be moving to the other side of the election to be having different polling stations here. So I'm moving to the other side as well, and then I'll get back to you.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so that has been our reporter from Ningbo, from Prom, giving us up to speed what is happening on the ground. And like he rightly said, there's something. This is where digitization comes to play.
That's true.
I know one thing, the vice president who's aspiring as the presidential candidate for NPP is preaching digitization. Unfortunately, you heard the EC rep saying they had some technical challenges in the morning, which has to do with this digitization thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think it's going to affect us by any means?
I have seen the Electoral Commission this morning at 9 a.m. organize their first press conference. Later after 9 a.m. I must say, organize their first press conference and telling Ghanaians in the world that since polls began, about 99 polling stations, 99% polling stations were opened and running effectively. Okay, but some of these few BVDs and DVRs and these machines are expected to have this small, slight technical hitches, you understand? But I'm happy if what the Electoral Commission said is the right thing to go with, which I think it is, then it's a good start. Yes, because we have witnessed several elections where close to half of the machines are not working, and we have to change from polling station A to B, their BVDs and their BVRs, and change stops. Okay, so some of those things are to be expected, and we are growing as a country. So I think the EC, at least it's too early to thumb up for them, but at least it's a good start. I can say it's a good start on that.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, you see, people has made a lot of statements prior to these elections. There will be tension, or there are tensions in town. We don't think this election will end up peacefully and all that. From morning till now, what can you say? Because from what I sit, I have not had any information regarding any, misunderstanding or routes anywhere. What do you think about this? Do you think we'll end up as successful elections or the usual? I mean, Ghana wouldn't fight, but the
Yeah,
usual.
exactly. Okay, thank you once again. Okay, to me, I think it's very important our brothers and sisters out there will take things seriously and then avoid any inconvenience. Due to, if you love yourself that much, save yourself that stress, save yourself that plot. By just voting, go home, sleep, as I said earlier. Because you fighting, bringing in more problems issues that will set to another fight, another quarrel, another problem, won't help the matter. Your committee, and I'll vote. You are voting for say, or presidential candidate, or parliamentary candidate, which will be a way of doing his or her own thing. Party A, party B, we are all one people. But me up to now, since morning I was coming here, I've observed some things around, and I think I like it. If it could be like that, so the vote ends, I'll be very, very much happy, because I've not heard anything like that sort.
Okay.
And I pray that it will be like that till the end.
Okay, that's good. All right, so we will go to the field again because we have a correspondent all the way from Ikuapem North, that is Otubia Latte on the line. So, production, if you're ready, let's talk to our correspondent. Yeah, hello.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, yourself?
Good. We also do well here. All right. So, what can you tell us on the ground now? Where are you? Which location and which police station?
I am currently at Latte Presby Primary polling station in the Ikuapem North constituency. This morning, the turnout has been very low. I don't know if the people would start coming around the afternoon or evening time. I have here with me the presiding officer who could give us some information about the number of people who are likely to come here today and vote. So I would engage him and then let you know how things are being done here as it stands. So I have with me here Mr. Na. He is the presiding officer for this polling station. Mr. Na.
Hello.
Yeah, please tell us how this election is being held here as it stands, because it looks like a lot of people are not here, and I'm wondering if they would really be coming. How many people are supposed to be here today?
So on the register, we have 427, and so far as at this time, we've recorded 145.
Okay.
Having 91 female and 52 male. Since when the center was open early in the morning, many people came. They rushed to cast their vote. So what I'm saying is like maybe from the getting to the evening there before, maybe we'll begin to also have the rest come to cast their votes.
Okay, so I guess that's all for now. Around 3 p.m., I'll come around to see if they really came out to vote and let you know.
All right, but before you go, do you think that today being Saturday, there are some activities going on, be it weddings, funerals, from the house to the police station? Did you see anything of that sort that could perhaps, keep the number to where it is now?
Today there has not been any events in this town. Everywhere is quiet. Those who would vote, I suppose, have come already, and then everywhere is quiet. They vote and go back home.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Otubia Latte, for that wonderful report. So, as you said, at 3 p.m. we'll come back to you and then give us up to speed what is really happening in the capital.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. All right. Mr. Sandy, back to you.
Absolutely.
Looking at the number she gave, 427 and then 145 being voted at the moment. What is your general view on this?
Absolutely. It tells me the AC did a good work when they were actually reducing the numbers from the thousands and bringing the voting numbers to its barest minimum and creating more polling stations. Okay, if I can go through these numbers with you, I think we have over little over 40,000 polling stations. I want to just put it right.
Okay, sure.
Just a single moment. I'll get a figure for you. So, okay, that's 40,975. 40,975 polling stations. Previously, we never had that big. No. And like I said, that contributed to the tension and the pressure at the polling stations. Okay. If I can also go through with you, check the Electoral Commission's X account, and you find out they have pulled some few slides of their press conference, the 9 o'clock press conference. They tell us they are going to update the country in every 3-hour intervals. So at 9, they will do one at 12, then another 3 hours, another 3 hours, till I think the last the last 3 hours will be around 7 p.m. or 9 p.m. Then they will close for the day and start tomorrow morning. And they tell me, or they tell the public in their 9 o'clock press conference, they say voting began on time at over 99% of polling stations. They say again, for the first time, the media has been accredited to the National Coalition Center, better known as the Stronghold. It's the first time, it's true.
Yes,
we have never been at the Stronghold.
Ourselves, we know.
It's only the agent of the political parties.
Yes.
There has been no report of violence at polling stations. That's a good one.
Yes.
As at 9:30, they were organizing this presser. There hasn't been any violence. And one wonderful thing, about 10,000, listen to the number, 10,000 journalists accredited to cover the elections.
Wow.
Nana?
No, wait. About 10,000.
Right.
Could this be the last minute one? Because at the point, most journalists were complaining, we're not getting our accreditations. We go there, nothing is being done, and all that. I don't know. I'm
a bit surprised because I put in an application through the Ghana Journalists Association. Myself and about 30 journalists. We haven't received a single. Okay.
So where's that 10,000?
I don't know. I understand the GJ just sent me a notice, and I can go through with you on that. Okay. It says, this is Fifi from, he's the General Secretary, and it is the gentleman in charge of this, this accreditation. It says, news editor, all media houses, BSO, Madam Media, Coalition Ghana holds emergency press conference. So they have come together, the GABA, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, the Print Pack, and I mean the private newspaper and online news publishers association, also the NMA, the Media Association of Ghana, the new media, I must say. Okay, so they are coming together to hold an emergency press conference to address critical issues about the decision of the Electoral Commission to grant accreditation to selected media houses. Selected!
So that is where the issue is. Why selected?
Media houses to cover proceedings at the National Coalition Center. We respectfully invite and blah blah. It's today and the time is at 11. I'm monitoring proceedings over there and signed by Kofi Yeboah. Kofi Yeboah signed this one. Is a GJ General Secretary. Okay, so I am a little bit worried with the point the EC says 10,000. Previously, the GJ president tells us that he submitted about 8,000, 7,000 to 8,000 applications, and the EC boss indicated that they are going to grant about 3,000. Then they lifted the number, increased the number to 4,500. Okay. Then we said no. There hasn't been any election that accreditation has been a problem. Okay. They were telling us that there are reports, even by CODEO and some observer groups, UN and even their own report, that sometimes the coalition centers are crowded. And we tell them it is not because of journalists that it is the party, political party apparatus who bring their people. They bring their people to to come and sing Jama and do Mora over there. It is not because of what? Journalists. We serve the people. If we want to put light on this election, it's because the cameras and the microphones of journalists are there. You understand? So you can't block our asses. Then they said, okay, they are going to grant all the application. So I think the president took more application, and now we are hearing 10,000. And I haven't gotten mine yet. And so what's the key point I am saying? I'm saying they have done quite good. They have done well, more because from 800, they have divided it into two. And like is it the Dukrom, or he says they have 427 voters at their his polling station. Yes, he's a returning officer. And before 12, you have 145 voted already. That's phenomenal. That's good, if you ask me. So it indicates to me that after another 1 hour, 2 hours or so, we could have some huge numbers or clock more than half of the population over there.
Yes. One thing that you had me asking her a question pertaining this particular day. I believe when it comes to the religious sector, one group said they were not even voting because today happens to be a day that they don't have to, do anything of that sort.
Yeah.
Do you think today being Saturday will do as good with this elections, or would rather give us some little, change there?
Yeah, it's the Adventist population or voter population is quite enormous. It's quite heavy. Even though we have children and some young people who haven't attained the age of 18 in there. So the last time I did the numbers, I don't have it here, but I can get it for you quickly when I search. But the truth is that a single vote, because the law says the presidency or the Jubilee House, in other words the Flagstaff House, you can enter there with a 50% plus just one.
Yeah.
So just a single vote is essential.
Very,
I'm lying.
It's
true.
very essential.
Every single vote is very important. So if the people or religious body like the Seventh-day Adventist says most of their members can't vote, and these are religious beliefs. Okay, we can't hold them. And I tell you, they sent a proposal so that we can adapt. I think some select a day or so in November to be able to do this, because if it gets to a time that we are going to do election on Friday, the day for Muslims, okay, now it's a Saturday. I'm telling you, probably next 4 years or next 8 years going to be on a Sunday. So how would we take it? So I'm sure the EC should take a critical. I know several. I am an Adventist. I know several people won't go to vote. Some few people would go to vote.
Well, wouldn't that affect the turnout this year? Because initially, putting Adventists aside, you speak to some people and they say, Charlie, I'm not going to vote. I won't go vote and end up, with the same suffering I'm going through and all that.
Yeah.
Let's say, I don't know, I don't want to give it any wrong percentage, but with Adventists, I know, they carry quite a number of, as you said.
Yes.
So Adventists not voting, and with these few individuals who also don't believe their vote will make any change, so for that reason, they're not voting. Don't you think that could also have any, that could affect the turnout of these elections?
That's a very good question, and I would love to answer that with this press statement by the Electoral Commission. Okay, but before I even start to go through those numbers, you see, people feeling men to aba economy nti men to aba ma brabwa basa nti men to aba. It's quite normal.
Yes.
Because you will not get 100% people to go vote. Yes. There's voter apathy. What we call voter apathy is there. Every election be a
Sure.
every election be and 2024 would have its own. Now to the press statement. This statement talks about the summary of certified voters, which I want to bring to your distinguished attention.
Okay.
Total number of voters on biometric register. So our register, that when we go to school, you know the mark register, our total class number. Now, do you remember your total class number when you were in school?
Now, do you remember?
You don't? I'm not sure. You do? How many ways?
I think better.
So our class number for this very election, we are 18,640,811.
So meaning there's been an increment.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So 18 million people have worked pine to go and write their names. Say medical school, medical classroom, I say you understand. Say Meltuaba, 18 million. They have gone to write their names.
Yes.
I'm part, you are part, right?
Of course.
You're also part.
Yeah.
That's true. Now, total number of special voters, those who cast their ballot on 2nd
Yes.
December.
Yes.
Today is 7th, they did it on the 2nd. They are about 131,000. That's 131,478. They did the special voters. Voters without biometric data is also here, 1,870. The total number of valid voters. So when you combine everything, now it is 8,774,159. Okay. Total number of voters on exceptions. I'll come back to explain that. 33,352. Total number of voters on multiples list. I'll come back to explain. It says 26,569. Total number of voters on proxy list. I'll come back to explain that. 2,141. Total number of transferred voters. 310,579. Total number of absent voters. 441,172. The Electoral Commission continues to say voters on biometric register refer to voters who will be biometrically verified on election day. So that is the meaning of being on a biometric register. Okay, meaning you'll be verified biometrically on election day. Listen to this one. Special voters refers to voters who have special duties on election day and for that reason are allowed by law to vote earlier than the election day. They include security agencies, media personnel, and electoral commission officials. Now listen to the third one. It says voters without biometric data refer to voters who registered but whose biometric data got corrupted for one reason or the other.
How is that?
They don't have
an issue.
Absolutely. So some of their biometrics, sometimes they are not even able to check, to capture your facial, your nasal, all those things. So if they are able to
someone who is by a way of linked one way or the other.
Thank you, madam. That's correct. So they are referring to those people. So they will be manually verified on election day. They will be manually verified. And I have the last one here for you. So the total number of valid voters for the 2024 general election is 18,774,159. A. Voters with biometric data. It says it over here. Voters B. Special voters. Says voters without biometric data. It says it here. So that is A plus B plus C will give you the 18 million. And the very last one that I would love to point out in this Electoral Commission's press statement, and it continues to say the total number of absent voters should equal the sum of special voters plus transferred voters. However, a number of polling stations were administratively closed, either because they did not meet the minimum voter threshold requirement for operation, or because local communities requested the commission to close the polling stations for legitimate reasons. Voters from these closed stations were transferred to other polling stations. So that's by way of they have transferred their vote. So if you ask me that, the EC, they have done a human job, at least for now. I'm itching to listen to what they will say by noon, which we have a minute or two to go for that conference from the Electoral Commission.
I think I have a little concern with the press you just read.
Okay.
With regards to the multiple voters.
Okay.
In the register. I know the reason for bringing the verification system was to cut off the multiple voters. So how then is that possible?
Yeah.
This time around again? Because I know when we were doing the manual system, somebody could register here and then go elsewhere.
Register. And vote here, vote there.
That's right. But verification system came, so this same digitization could take place where you can't register here and go register elsewhere.
Yeah.
So how come they are still able to record
such units for
such
multiple
numbers, exactly.
voters? I think you have a point over there. But sometimes digital means or biometric means are really not able to to solve all the problems.
Yes.
That's very true. But I think it's a good question. We have to find out from the Electoral Commissioner why this huge number for multiple voters. If you ask me, I do not really have an answer, at least for now. So let's listen to the good and very professional, experienced and astute media professionals who would meet the EC this afternoon to query or ask some questions and see if this will pop up.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so I think you can see on the screens what is also going on in some of the areas. I think the production team will have to really indicate to us which polling station in which constituency and the region, so we can. Producer? Olebu, okay. Olebu in Accra, that is Olebu in the Greater Accra region. And the position is, we're here to know that, but we'll come to that. Now, let me ask you. Oh, okay, I'm told Olebu 1, they have Olebu 2, they have Olebu 3. So I think they are all, you could see it's all in the same confinement. Something.
Yes.
Looking at the polling area, it's an open space where you could perhaps that for the people to vote.
And early on, you were asking me about youth, and I was giving you an insight about a 14-year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
yes.
she called
yes.
from a Sojama and told me, "Oh, I must send him 1.5." I was in for a car. I remember to have. And my hotwama, when I was sending his car, my hotwama. I said, "Hey, and you want to vote here?" I said, "Oh, my and skirt and blouse." Parliamentary amount.
I think that is a very important discussion we need to look at. As a matter of fact, the Electoral Commission, I don't know, no, the parties have really putting up such strategies to be able to end more voting. Do you think in this dispensation, one needs to vote based on what you get today?
Not at all. Nana. Me, I'm getting ready to even go to court on unsolicited form text messages, political parties, and
I have experience.
I am telling you, I'm waiting for the elections to die off. Let the next president come, then I'll sue them.
Because that is a way of criminality.
Of course. How did you get my number?
How did you get my data?
And the telcos will come to court.
That is I think
Seriously.
we'll all be in support of that.
Absolutely.
Because I've gotten several messages from several candidates asking vote for me, and
Absolutely.
I mean I don't want
Like
to
yesterday, I was telling our boss, elections in Ghana and Africa is quite different from elections in the United States because the poverty is so real over here. And if you tell people, men just come on, men just want all the money, men just oil, they will even come after you.
Of course.
They will vote against you. Okay, people are so deplorable. People are so poor. Like I was telling you about the Ghana Statistical Services Poverty Severity Report.
That's right.
That's so huge. It is increasing and it has gotten worse even after COVID-19. Seriously. So people are in dire need of money to survive. So this lady, 40 years old lady, took 150 Ghana cedis and says, okay, we're in a cinema meeting to parliamentary amano.
And I'm not cutting you off. Before you continue from there, the very first call I had today came around 5:14 a.m.
Okay.
The person woke up at 2 a.m. Traveling from Accra to the western region, I mean far, I think beyond Takoradi, to vote. Why? Because the person also received money from somebody to come and vote. And I was like, oh really, that's amazing. So you are living Accra.
Yeah, with all the
2
risk.
a.m.
Yeah.
All the way beyond Takoradi, just
With all the risk.
yes, with all the risk. So I think you have a very good point.
Seriously, and the youth. This one, let me look into the camera and talk to the youth. The future is for us. This old guys will be gone in no time. They are 60, they are 70, they are 80, they are 80. We are not saying we don't respect old age, but please, 15 to 40 years, 15 to 35 years, let's behave responsibly and take hold of our country, because the next 50 years, those who are 70, 80, and 90, they won't be there.
Exactly.
They are gone. Okay, we know the young can die. We know the old can also die. But the truth of the matter is, the probability that the young will die as compared to the old will die, the old is high. So let's get hold of our country and make things work. Don't go and take 50, 100, 200,000, whatever, and go and vote for them. It's about putting yourself in jeopardy and imprisoning yourself for the next 4 years, because your roads won't be done. The factories won't be done. What they are saying, Sika no ma bone advert no ma transport no ma jina wo beti wonka na memoa.
You're not lying.
How to make somebody can crash us?
Yes.
I will use, like, let me speak our language so that they will understand. Share. Oh, say, me no. Yeah, timemufo. It's the song more, but yeah, pelida. Obedi ye nim ne akonka ne. Enti bra what they say scanning man na wo so wo je no. Wo je because o kwa ko vote me boa. Sa vote na kwa ko vote no. Onu nanim mu no waton ama no. Enti so betina so wa nyem puntu dwuma bia me ne umienu ye ntumi nka ho hwe. Enu nti ena nsese wo ye den. Wo jiska efi omumu bia ho ansa na wakoto apa. Efi sese wo ye sa pe wankasa wa ma ho kwan. Se bibia bebe bia no wo mu bisa. Me ne umienu ye mpenesa. Ye pese oman no edi mu se na afoforo man ne ade no e koso no. Enti me ne umienu ye nya ne sefata ne nto abapa. Na ne sefata no nyese nyame na esi hene de so sisi anyame so de wo so wo pe de den ama so so de wo sa ebeto etim ade yi sa leader no enti me ne umienu ma ye nya de etene. So the last time I meet here station bi na there was one NCC director on it. Now, or educating towards this thing. Say, it's likely so muhumu impuni mpua yebecho. Oni ni penini na. Omuhumu impuni mpu say dia. Onfa ne bete. Any I just say kukuam.
Do you think this can happen?
I bet me see. I bet me a
Because we've
sister.
seen this over and over and over
I
again.
bet me a sister. Me no me any ma kwaya. And I bet me. And anything I make catch you almost say, almost share no man yen same factor. Because also just two moves I made, did the other say, oh, what I said, Katashi Shepherd, can't you know, and cause, but that's it.
Thank you very much. I think with what our people are saying, it's really amazing. I'm saying this, but I don't want to mention any name. I know an MP, my brother Kofi, this MP on his first encounter with the people had to share things, televisions, fridges,
When they are going for their even
that is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
From the primaries,
Yeah.
he started from there. He did say, I am telling you, this is his second term. I have told myself and the people that, listen, voting for this man the second time is like destroying the constituency of, let's say, for the 8 years or whatever years it's going to be.
I'm very sorry to barge in, but the fact is that just in this where Lydia and John Dumelo are battling it out. You saw officials of the police, immigration, the prisons in their uniforms taking rice water. We don't know what is added in the rice water.
That's right.
Whether there's huge money in there or no, we don't know. But in the full glare of the public,
Which is
police, military, non-military, officers of the prisons and but let me just say security. Security people are taking things. Security people who are law enforcers, they are taking it.
So what
Have you heard something about it since it happened?
No.
How about that ordinary farmer, tomato seller? Won't he or she take it? And that youth from the University of Ghana who hasn't gotten a job and is so desperate. You see, that's the point. If security or couples are taking it and there's no consequences.
No, so
Any yes, you bet you no man.
But I can't saw so you see that thing is very funny. To the extent say like Mimi Peshiaso. We had a call that we should come to a parliamentary candidate's house. His father's house for that matter. And we had a discussion with the father, and the father was previous minister of my hood. So, but according to people in my area, when the man was on put to Juma Biama Rono, sir, Bayan was said to the state said, me ba eba, na me bano, papa no fight, man, the ban, we really that down, the presidential candidate, and my friend. You to Nebano, Echiawe, or Tontuma, I say, you know, this car not the and people are taking it. And they've forgotten that things were the reason why when the father was on, he couldn't do anything for them.
Of course.
So the trend is going to continue.
Exactly.
Like I was saying, this candidate I was talking about, after he won the seats, I think the leaders of the area were monitoring him as to whether he was coming back to at least if we say thank you or share any ideas. Whatever.
Yeah.
This is the response he gave to them.
Exactly.
I bought the vote for you. I have already given my vote and I have nothing to offer.
Exactly.
And trust me, that constituency, as I'm speaking to you,
so deplorable is bad.
I am telling you, the assembly is just the roadside. I can tell you for a fact that you can drive like a 30-minute driving on the main stretch without seeing one street light.
Okay.
One street light.
Okay.
I'm telling you on authority.
Okay.
Wow. And so.
And one funny thing, when they are on power, you will see them around you. You will see them coming for you. You will see them calling you. Come to my house. I'm inviting you. Oh, this. Let me do some refreshment for you. You will see them like that. But when it's due, when the time is due, they know your house.
No, you see, the funny thing is their contacts
Change.
even change when they get the money.
And even if it's not changed, trust me. Oh my goodness. So these are some of the things I'm always saying. Let's be very vigilant on these things.
That's right.
So that we vote and vote wisely.
That's right.
Just for Mother Ghana.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, so you're still live on NSG News, news with integrity, with election focus. As you know, the voting is still underway. So if you've not voted yet, please speed up with whatever you're doing and get to your polling station, vote, and then come back home. Stay glued to your phone, to your television set, to your laptop, and just focus on NSG News, because this is where we bring you up to speed what is happening on the field. Like I said earlier on, we will still be talking to our correspondents on the field. I don't know, producer, do we have any correspondent yet? Okay. So we will still come your way when our reporters are ready on the field. But in between time, we'll also be giving you some images from some of the polling stations and the constituencies. And then at the point, we'll have to break and then wait for the counting to happen, because we can't feed, we'll have to eat some. Now came and she just, unfortunately, I think we need to address this. Mr. Santi, do you think that on such a day, do business need to halt? Because you witnessed this morning. Even to find food was a problem.
Yes, it's very true. Because, this has been about 4 years coming. Even if you want to talk about just today, just this year, we've been telling you, counting down for you. It's coming. So it's a big day. An election day is a big thing. So people will start preparing their food from dawn. The same people are supposed to go and queue from dawn. So nonetheless, they will say, well, this is a big day. I want to go make a good decision. Sure. So then I will not prepare food today. So you as an ordinary person should more or less know that in a big day like this, you just have to prepare something at home. If not, you can't entrust your food safety into the hands of somebody who would ignore you to go and vote. So I think it's very important that.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And so at this point, I think we will take a break and put one or two things in place. When the time comes, we'll come back with more. You're still watching NSG News with integrity. I know later in the day we'll also be joined via Zoom from the UK to continue the discussion as to how the Ghanaians out there, Ghanaians diaspora, are also monitoring this year's elections. Stay glued, like I said earlier on. We'll be back. The name still remains Tanaki, and I have here with me Kofi Asante Mensah. And then we also have with us our beautiful sister Jennifer Gagnon.